All right. Let me undeafen and I'll get this started with Wolf. Are you ready, friend?
Yeah.
Okay, let me fucking switch it over to the fucking right camera view. Okay. Hi. It's Monday. It's time to get fucking sad.
This song is called I Am Sad, so very, very sad.
So sad.
Sad!
All right, so before we like super get started, I want to make sure that you don't have to turn yourself up, I don't have to turn myself down, etc. So if
Yes.
people in chat want to let us know that we're sounding pretty fucking stellar, we're sounding pretty fucking pog, that'd be great.
Yes.
Hi Chroma, how are you doing today?
Tell me I sound sexy.
Oh, shit. Louder Wolf. Okay, turn yourself up. I have you at 200%.
Turn me louder.
Yes, yes. Yes. The same thing
Mm-mm-mm.
happened with Dizzy last week. That's why I'm doing this a little bit differently.
Okay, it looks like I might be up all the way.
Okay.
Um, Maybe it's
Interesting.
the placement of the microphone.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Put that shit in your mouth.
Yeah, I don't think Discord likes me very much. I think that's part of it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I might just turn myself down a little bit and have everybody turn themselves up. Deep throat the
Deep
mic. Oh
throat
my
the
god, cat.
mic.
I mean, what?
I mean, ah.
If I do that, I'm gonna smack my fucking nose.
Yeah, no, no, don't hurt the piercing.
Oh, apparently, I have a boost challenge started too. I fucking hate that I don't get more of a notification for that. It's just a little
That's
bit of a
never
boosty
happened.
poo.
That I've never seen that happen before. That's cool.
It is really cool. However, it can also be fucking annoying. Cause like if it happens on a day that I'm like not streaming the next couple days, then it's for no fucking reason.
Oh, yeah, that's
What
fair.
cat? What cat? What do you got? What do you got? Thanks for the boost.
The
Boost.
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 The
This
boost.
fucking wolf guy. Hey Chroma,
This
you're next
fucking
week.
guy. This fucking guy. I
This
miss you,
fucking guy.
Chroma. I miss you so much.
Okay. I think okay, this Friday? What about this Friday? What about this Friday, Cat? You fucking dropping some new shit?
Who's
Also,
we?
the song that we were listening to at the beginning of this was Storyteller by Real Friends. It came out last night. I fucking love it. I feel very conflicted because Real Friends has a new fucking singer. And yes, I'll be home soon enough. Miss the both of yous. Listen, I'm gonna hug you and I'll squeeze your butt a little bit if I'm allowed. Because that's what I do. That's my passion. I like
Do I get
squeezing
to
butts.
do I get to squeeze your butt in November,
Yes.
Chroma?
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Well, I mean, we already know that I'm going to squeeze your butt when I go to Denver. Once we get that off the ground running, but I'm talking about like Chroma's butt in November.
Chroma's butt? He did say butt touches are allowed.
All right. Well, he did not specify who they were allowed for. So, no surprises from me. You know what you're getting.
Anyone? Oh my. All right, my friend.
Yes.
Emo Monday time. Well, let's get fucking sad and talk about fucking
Yes.
music and shit.
Bad things.
Sad
Yes.
things. Well, I mean, kind of sad.
In a good
Down
way.
bike of butt touches.
In the in the way of getting sad that makes us feel good.
Exactly. Exactly. So why don't you do a little bit of an intro? Tell us who you are. Tell us fucking where to find you, and tell us what you've been listening to.
Yes. So I'm Wolf. Everybody calls me Wolf. But I'm on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, just about everything as Wulff87. Wulff because it's a weird German thing. I didn't pick it. Some dude probably like 100 years ago did.
I'm also a weird
Um,
German thing.
let's fucking go. We're both weird German things.
Exactly.
You are me.
I told you.
You are me. It's weird in like a good way though. But yeah, Wulff87. I am primarily a Destiny 2 streamer here on Twitch.tv. But I do venture out into other games from time to time. I do lots of sweaty PvE things. Just in general, raid challenges, whatnot. We just like to have a good time. We like to vibe. We do crazy shit. Um, and yeah, that's the most of it. As far as like what I've been listening to, outside of emo music, I've like been super into anime openings. Like, it's really been my thing because I loved anime so much as a kid, but not having ease of access to it as a kid made me kind of fall out of it. And over like the past 5+ years or so, I've progressively gotten more and more entrenched into it, and so now like I have nothing but anime music playlist. But in terms of like emo music goes, I don't listen to a lot more newer emo. I do kind of stick to like a lot of the stuff that I grew up with. And so Fall Out Boy is always my number one go-to. They're always my number one go-to. They will always be my number one go-to. Consistently listen to Fall Out Boy to this very fucking day. I mean, I probably listen to songs off of Folia Do at least like once a week. So
It's a
that's
great
pretty much
fucking album.
yeah. That and Lady Gaga, you know,
Oh,
Lady
same.
Gaga's always on play because she's the fucking queen.
I mean, I've told you that she's the reason I found out I'm trans, right?
She's the reason I came out of the closet. You are me. You are fucking me. What the God bless America, man. Yeah.
Yeah. It was 100% Lady Gaga. It was her for Halloween one year. I was like, oh, this shit just fucking feels right.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Happy motherfucking pride.
It do be fucking pride.
It do
My
be
fucking my
pride.
trans pride flag is somewhere. My fan is somewhere around here. I don't know where it's at though.
I have a little bit of rainbow capitalism for the podcast.
That's okay. I get it.
It's
I
okay.
get it.
It's okay.
This year's been a little bit different. I feel like in terms of like rainbow capitalism, because they're actually people are actually like using the fucking progress flag. I'm seeing like actual flag representation, and it's just fucking. It feels good, you know.
Very much so. Very much so.
And
It's
like
nice.
Target specifically, since that's fucking where I work, they're donating to charities for LGBTQ shit, and that's really fucking cool. It feels less like rainbow capitalism this year than it has any other year.
Yes. Absolutely.
Like, you can tell they're working with queer people. Okay.
That's what's important.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Pride aside. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
What are your favorite bands, albums, whatever era, etc.? Go for it. You listed Fall Out Boy, Folia Do. Give me all of it.
Yeah, so it's really funny because I really grew up as like a pop boy. You know, if doing Britney Spears dances in my bedroom. But it was surprisingly the church that I grew up in. We had a bunch of scene kids in my youth group. And I don't think they were there by choice.
No.
Probably
not.
I don't think they were there by choice. But I didn't get along. I didn't connect with the kids that did want to be there. I didn't connect with the people who had the parents who were like 3 generations of the church, you know. I connected with the boys with the swooped hair and the girls with the gauges and all of that stuff who shopped at Hot Topic. Like those were the
Mm-hmm.
people that I connected with because I've always felt like an outcast, and they were the outcast.
Mm-hmm.
And so what do the outcasts do? The outcast band
Together.
together.
Exactly.
And so it was so weird because music is a universal language, and it
Mm-hmm.
does bring people together, and it creates talking points. And so I would get to the topic of music with some of these people, and this one girl who became one of my best friends was like, "Oh yeah, like my favorite band is Dashboard Confessional." And I was like, oh, "Okay, cool." And then I would go, this was back in the days cuz I'm old. This is back in the days of, LimeWire and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't have money to go buy CDs from Hot Topic.
Back when Hot Topic sold CDs.
Back when Hot Topic sold CDs and was about the music. I know it's a shocker for some people. Um, and started listening to things like Dashboard and Taking Back Sunday. And then my brother became an emo kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a car, and I had to go pick him up from a friend's house, and he gets in the car and he goes, "Hey, I have a CD that a friend gave me. Can I put it on in the car?" And I was like, "Sure." And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little taken aback at first because like Dashboard, not super edgy.
Yeah.
Taking Back Sunday kind of totes the line a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I just hear "Suck on my wrist and
Black
Black
Maya.
Maya." And I'm like,
Fucking.
"Excuse me."
Ooh.
I'm sitting there in my
Ooh.
car
Fucking
just like,
Hawthorne. Fucking Heights. I'm absolutely
sitting-
here for it.
I'm just sitting there in the car, and there's like this part of me that's like, I fucking love this, and then there's this part of me that's like,
I'm afraid of it.
still has that little church boy in the back of my head. I'm the older brother. I'm supposed to be the example, and I'm just like, you are a child, and this song is crossing the line. But like, also in the back of my mind, I was just kind of like, the CD stays in the car. The CD. We don't want mom to find the CD. We want mom. We don't want mom to know what you are listening to. And so I would be like driving to school in the morning, like rocking out to Hawthorne Heights, and so that was a lot of my background. And then of course, Black Parade came out, and I was obsessed
Mm-hmm.
with everything about it. Every fucking thing about that album was S tier, like amazing. And I was in choir with this emo kid, this hardcore emo kid,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes, "Well, have you heard their first album?" And I was like,
Oh.
"No." And he goes, "Well, like I kind of dug them and I don't really dig them anymore." And I'm like, are you crazy? Like they're fucking great. Like Gerard Way is a god.
Chef's
He's
kiss.
a fucking god.
Oh my god.
And he was like, "Yeah, I just don't think I don't think that well, I guess no, I guess it was three cheers for Sweet Revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he gives me their first album, and I'm like listening through the album, and it was Vampires Will Never Hurt You, where I was just like,
Uh-huh. That
"Let's
whole
fucking
album
go.
it fucks so goddamn hard.
Let's fucking go." And it was honestly like all over from there. And then of course Fall Out Boy, like I said, that they're my shit. And it's just like, even though I guess like back in the day I could have been what some people would consider a poser, because I was still very much a closeted, reserved person. I wore baggy jeans. I wore Abercrombie and Fitch t-shirts and the puka shell necklaces. But I
Woof.
don't anymore, okay? That Mia's dead. I took an axe to the back of his head. He's buried somewhere out in the Texas Hill Country.
That
He's
is
dead and gone.
the most
But
relatable thing.
but the music resonated with me because it wasn't artificial. It wasn't something that some suit churned out and made some done up girl dance in front of a screen for, which I still love pop music. It's a part of my blood, but there was still something where these guys and these girls were talking about what they were really feeling and talking about what it was like to be hurt by a lover or a friend or a family member. And even though on the outside I was not projecting a lot of those feelings, those were the feelings on the inside that I didn't know how to express or talk about. And the music allowed me to experience those things.
I just sneezed and I punched myself in the nose.
Ooh, girlfriend.
I'm okay. I'm just a little runny. Background information for people just watching. I got my fucking septum pierced today, so that shit fucking hurted when I punched myself in the nose when I sneezed. But we're back on track.
It do be like that.
It
do be like that.
It fucking be like that sometimes. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking okay. In terms of shows, like concerts and shit, how has your experience with that been? Do you have any favorites, etc., etc.?
It would, and when you asked me to be on this show, I was hoping that this would come up because it's such a great story.
I'm ready
I feel
for
like
it.
It's such a great story.
I am so ready for it.
So, the first concert that I ever crowd surfed at was My Chemical Romance.
I'm so jealous.
Alkaline Trio opened for them.
Oh.
It was an outdoor venue.
Of course it was.
And
hold on just a sec.
Of course,
I forgot to turn off my alerts. I'm so stupid.
I already kind of gave like the pretense of like who I was at that stage in my life, and so I'm there with my brother. So I'm the person who doesn't look very emo or scene, with the person who does look very emo and scene. And at one point, my brother, it was during Alkaline Trio set. At one point, my brother turns to some dude. We were standing in the very, very back and goes, "Hey, can I get up on your shoulders?" And I go, "Don't you dare do it." And he gets up on the guy's shoulders. And I'm like, "You get down here this second." And my brother like jumps off of this dude's shoulders into the crowd.
Oh my God.
And I start freaking out because I'm like, if something happens to him, my mom is going to murder me. Like, I will not show up at school tomorrow. So I turn to the same dude and I'm like, "I need to get up on your shoulders right now." And he was like, "Okay, cool." So then I jump off of this dude's shoulders into the crowd, and it's like my brother's going this way, and I've tried I'm like swimming on top of these people trying to get back to him, and I'm like, "You get down right now. You get down right now." And then he gets to the end of the crowd, and the bouncer on the other end of the barricade grabs my brother, and I'm like, "This is it. This is it. We don't even get to see MCR. I don't even get to see Gerard Way's glorious presence because we're gonna get kicked out of the fucking show during the opening act." And the bouncer just grabs my brother and yeets him back into the crowd.
Oh!
And I'm like, "What?" And then I get to the end and the bouncer goes, "Do you want me to put you down so you can go around and go back in, or do you want to go back in?" I was like, "You throw my ass back in." And the bouncer yeets me back into the
Oh,
crowd. And it was just like this like moment of just like I was just like on top of this sea of people who had no fucking idea who I was. It was insane. And then their encore was I'm Not Okay. And I like I was wearing a my favorite Nightmare Before Christmas t-shirt.
hmm.
um and it was long sleeve because I was stupid and didn't think that like a long sleeve shirt would have been a good idea. So I'm drenched in sweat by the end of the show. I rip off my shirt and like I'm like swinging it around and everyone's like dancing in a circle, and at like one point my shirt was so soaking wet that it just like flew out of my hand, and then I couldn't find it.
Oh no.
And so when we got picked up, I had to explain why I didn't have a shirt. And I don't know what I said. I must have just like word vomited, but like I didn't have a shirt. The craziest part about it was this was during the time they were doing the Rocky Horror Show play, and they were doing the play 2 streets over from the venue that we were at. And if anybody knows MCR, Gerard Way is a huge Rocky Horror Picture Show fan. And so my friends who couldn't get tickets to the show were standing outside during intermission outside of the theater, and everyone's in their fishnets and their garters and their underwear and in feather boas and glitters everywhere. And Alkaline Trio, I guess, was like walking around the block, and they came by and saw this group of girls, like they looked like ladies of the night, just hanging out in front of this theater, and they were like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Hi, babe. And they were like, "Oh, it's the Rocky Horror," and they were like, "Oh, we should totally tell Gerard. He would love to come check this out." And I don't know if he ever did or not, but apparently they told him, and like I would have fucking died if I was at Rocky Horror and Gerard Way would have rocked through the door. I don't know
Yeah.
if he did, but yeah.
I would have fucking died too. For
That was
fucking
that
sure.
was that was that was an insane night for sure. One of the best experiences of my life, hands down. 10 out of 10.
Sneezed again. Did not punch myself. We're learning. We're growing.
Yes, just adapt.
I'm ending this call.
And Wulff is no longer allowed on the podcast.
Okay. So that was your most impactful moment from like a concert or a show. Do you have impactful moments that you so like my favorite thing to do is just drive around and listen to my fucking sad emo bitch shit because it fucking makes me feel like I'm in a movie, and that's just the most important things happen in my brain when I'm doing that. So, do you have anything like that for you?
Why, yes, I do.
Perfect.
So this is probably the most emo book of all time. Are you familiar with The Perks of Being a Wallflower?
I am.
Okay. So that was like my favorite, but one of my favorite books to read in high school. I read it multiple times.
Uh huh.
And in the book as well in the movie, they talk about that drive to feeling ultimate, and how just being in the car with the windows down or standing in the back of a pickup truck and listening to that perfect song that makes you feel ultimate. And in the book, he says, I can't tell you what song I was listening to because you have to feel it yourself, and you can't like go and replicate it, but I'm going to tell you anyways. I was in college in a fraternity in the closet, and one night I just could not sleep because I was depresso espresso in my feels. And I just said, fuck it, I'm going to go on drive. And we have a highway system here where I live that's just basically one big circle. Like you could stay on it and just drive in a circle all night if you really wanted to. And so I went to go drive, and Folie à Deux came on, and it was the song Coffee is for Closers, and I had the windows down, and it was just that boycott love, detox just to retox, and I was like, fuck.
Yup.
None of that made sense until this very moment. None of it. And it was like this insane moment of clarity, and it really is just like kind of like, you know, one of those songs where, you know, so many I guess the running joke for a lot of emo bands is the song titles don't make sense and the songs don't always make sense, and it's like, well, it doesn't make sense to you because you're not sad. But you know, like on paper you look at a lot of the lyrics to that song and it's just like, what does any of this mean? But like when you're in your feels and you're going 70 miles an hour down the road at 2 in the morning
Mm-hmm.
and you're screaming at the top of your lungs, detox just to retox, like it just makes sense. It just makes sense.
Abso-fucking-lutely. I think my song is the used fucking The Taste of Ink. That song. Woo! Gets me feeling shit.
And even if it does, like, even if a song like that doesn't have the same impact on somebody else, like it doesn't click and it doesn't resonate, like that's totally fine. It like it's whatever. You just like you have to find that song, and that song for you or whoever else like might not have the same resonation or feeling on me. And
Mm-hmm.
that's just like the way that it is. But that's why music is such a beautiful thing, is that this band and this song might not mean to you what it means to me, but you're still going to find something that makes you feel the way that I felt. It's just going
Exactly.
to be different.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Okay. So, do you have any recommendations for music? It can be anything. It doesn't have to be limited to emo. So, whatever
Yeah.
you want.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Absolutely. Oh my god.
Sour. Yeah.
Abso-fucking-lutely. That album is
God,
fucking
it's brutal out here.
stellar. Oh,
Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land. Marina, or I
it's
always
just
keep wanting to say
Marina.
Marina and the Diamonds, but it's
Yeah.
just Marina now.
We're the diamonds.
We are the Diamonds. And that, like, I love all types of music. I love music that is profound and music that is just fun.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why this Marina album, it means so much to me and why I highly recommend it is she is currently and through her art expressing a lot of things that I feel so socially and politically.
Mm-hmm.
And I love somebody who's willing to start a conversation that people aren't willing to have. And a good way to ease people into a conversation that they might not be willing to have or face things that they might not be willing to acknowledge is through music, especially when it's catchy and it's
Mm-hmm.
by somebody who's super fucking talented. And I just love me a woman who is talented and opinionated and is willing to use her art and her platform to share her opinions. And I just think that that album does such a great job of doing that. But you know, coming out of quarantine and like really eclipsing a year of COVID, it's just been so crazy because we haven't had lots of movies, and I love movies. I'm a big movie person.
Mm-hmm.
But we got lots of music.
Oh yeah.
We got a lot of music, and I also think, without being super sad like Olivia or super political like Marina, I think it's also been really great that we've had like this insane renaissance of disco.
Really?
Like Kylie Minogue released a disco album
Okay.
during quarantine called Disco. She was not being subtle there at all.
Oh.
Dua Lipa's album was like all disco, and it
Oh.
just fucking slaps.
It fucks so hard. She doesn't
And then,
miss.
no, she does not. And then on top of that, not disco, but we get that banging Miley Cyrus album. Miley
Oh,
Cyrus said, I want to do my best Joan Jett, Pat Benatar, Cyndi Lauper shtick, and I'm going to give it to you raw and hard. No lube, I'm going in deep. And she fucking took us for a ride.
she absolutely fucking did. That fucking album is so goddamn good. It's,
Mm-hmm.
ugh.
Mm-hmm.
I was not expecting to fall in love with pop music as much as I did this past year, but holy
Mm-hmm.
fucking shit. Whatever is in the water is fucking fire.
It's just nice that, um, and I don't really listen to the radio anymore, so whatever the trends are, I'm not privy to them. Um, I'm getting older and maybe a little set in my ways when it comes to certain things. So I know what I'm looking for. I mean, obviously, like if somebody came to me with a recommendation, I would listen to it. And if it's in my bag, it's in my bag. And if it's not, like it's not, no harm, no foul.
Exactly.
So I don't really know what a lot of the trends are, but I am noticing, especially from female musicians, this whole taking back the artistry thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a lot of or seemingly a lot of industry manipulation of what's getting put out, because who fucking projected disco? Nobody. Nobody projected disco.
We've been saying it's a dead genre for decades.
Like who's gonna fucking do disco? And then Kylie Minogue goes, bet I have an album called Disco, what are you gonna do about it?
Not a
And it
damn
fucking
thing. It's
slapped.
fire.
And then we're
You'll have to
also
send that one to me.
seeing and then we're also seeing this really cool deal where, and COVID is partly, I guess, to think about this, but the whole digital concert thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Kylie Minogue did a digital concert for disco, and it was all one take.
Mm-hmm.
One take. She did not leave the stage. She did not outfit change. The camera stayed on her the entire time.
Okay.
Dua Lipa did a digital concert that was like seemingly one take, but you can kind of see where there were cuts or
Mm-hmm.
opportunities for outfit changes or whatever, or
Mm-hmm.
scenic changes. But she like basically walked through a warehouse that they loaded up with multiple scenes, and she just walked through the scenes and did her shtick. Marina just did a digital concert, but she is going on tour, which is fucking fantastic. I'm here for it, totally. And it's just because of how, again, music is such a universal language and people connect with it and experience emotions and have self realizations because of it. It's so important more than ever that this music and this art becomes easily available to people, so
Absolutely.
so that it can be experienced. And um you know the the whole emo genre of music has not died for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
The popularity of some of these bands, some of these songs, and we do have some bands still making music. Fall Out Boy is still making music.
Mm-hmm.
you know could you maybe have the debate that their music isn't so much emo anymore? Maybe. But they're still around, they're still kicking, they're still turning out art. Pete Wentz is still being fucking batshit crazy, and Patrick Stump's voice is still angelic.
Absolutely.
It's a win-win situation here, baby. um and then we have a lot of these emo artists who are still working and creating art, even if it's not music. Gerard Way with the Umbrella Academy, and
Mm-hmm.
and even creating stories and giving a platform to marginalized people, which is
Mm-hmm.
great, especially when marginalized people probably found solace in the genre in the first place. And so it has clearly had an impact because the mark is still there
Mm-hmm.
and it has not gone away, and it won't ever go away.
Nope. It sure fucking won't.
Mm-mm,
Okay.
mm-mm.
Uh do you have any bands that you don't feel like they got the right amount of attention back in the day. If you do not, I do. I can always supply bands that should have gotten more attention, but I will always open it up to my guests first.
Well, I have. It's kind of a twist on the prompt.
Okay.
And you and I have talked about this, but I have to get my piece out there on this.
Go for it.
It's not back in the day, and it's not a band, it's an album.
Okay.
But if you motherfuckers
I know where
have
this is
not
going.
listened to After Laughter from start to finish and basked in the gloriness that is Fake Happy and Rose Color Boy, I need you to get your life right with Emo Jesus and fix that yesterday. Because, oh my God, the amount of people who are like, oh my God, I love Paramore, I love Haley Williams, she's my spirit animal. And I'm like, oh my God, what's your favorite song off of After Laughter? What? Oh, that was the weird one, right?
Oh my God, no.
The weird one. The weird one. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Rose-colored boy is definitely my favorite.
Rose-colored boy is my husband. 100%. But yes, what are yours?
I will give one band that I feel like they should have gotten way more attention than they got back in the day, and that was Ludo. They had one popular song on Fuse back in the day, and that was "Love Me Dead."
Fuse, that takes me back.
Oh, you're welcome. That's what we're here for, baby. But hold on, let me look up the album name because it's just so fucking good.
Yeah, I'm already
Ludo.
Googling them.
The album is called "You're Awful, I Love You." Now,
Love it already.
"Love Me Dead" is a fucking classic. It's a fucking bop. Toxic love story. Fucking Lake Pontchartrain. It tells a story, and it's a good fucking story. Go Get Her Greg. Go Get Her Greg is about a fucking nice guy. This was like fucking 20 years ago. They're talking about nice guys and how fucking shitty they are. I will always say that this band was ahead of their time and did not get the attention that they deserved. But Ludo, the album "You're Awful, I Love You." Listen to it.
Bet, yeah. I just love the name. The name alone has my attention.
I genuinely feel like you'll enjoy it too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
It is on Spotify. I'll drop the link real quick. Share, copy album link, drop album link. There you go.
Yeah, Boxtease knows what's up.
Huh?
Boxtease knows what's up.
Yes, she do. If you could bring one piece of emo culture / scene culture to 2021 so we can fully embrace the roaring 20s, what would it be and why would it be the hair?
Well, the hair is great and all. The fact that everyone mopped hair straighteners that they couldn't afford from the grocery store was a fabulous thing of beauty. If you didn't mop a hair straightener, then you were using your mom's when she wasn't looking, and if you weren't using your mom's when she wasn't looking, you were probably a spoiled brat who had their own bank account.
I used my mom's.
Have I told any lies?
No.
Listen, the hair was great. But I'm gonna have to say the Boy Scout uniforms and a tie.
Okay.
That was a thing here. I don't know if it was anywhere else, but I mean, it's very Avril Lavigne, like skater boy-y.
Yeah.
Like the blue Boy Scout uniform button up with the collar and like a checkerboard tie. Bring it back. I want to see more of it. I wore my Boy Scout uniform well into college. And there were lots of questions and a lot of concern for my well-being. And honestly, it's probably the least worrisome thing that I did. But it was what it was. It would be that. Yeah, I was a fan of that because it was very, especially for me, being so queer in my own way. It was very fitting because like the Boy Scouts is very queer, and there was something almost punk rock about it, like this thing that is queer but like not really queer, but like making it kind of queer, but like wearing it ironically.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, it just worked for me.
Something homoerotic, but we're not going to talk about why it's
We're not gonna
homoerotic.
talk about that.
Okay, so I have one question left, which
Yes.
this always feels like it just fucking flies by, and I recognize that it's been less than an hour, but it like
That's okay.
it
That's
flows
okay.
nicely.
It's about the journey,
Exactly.
baby.
Exactly. Okay. Who from any band back in the day or now, who would you trust with your drink at a party, or who would you not trust with your drink at a party? This is probably the hardest one.
I would trust Brendan Urie with my drink at a party
Okay.
because he's somebody who's always he's like the emo David Bowie. And while a lot of emo music bands and singers are very queer coded, whether they intended it to be or not, he was more explicitly queer coded. And I guess somebody on that spectrum, I would feel more comfortable watching my drink. But I've been to a lot of shows for lots of underground bands and stuff that I mean, we also know how the genre was to a degree, and none of those people anywhere near my drink. None
No,
of them.
no, no, no,
No,
no.
no. But like Brendan Urie, it's like you're kind of fam.
Okay.
You're kind of fam. So there's a reason these tables are numbered, honey. You just haven't figured it out yet. So you can watch my drink.
That was solid. That was
Thank
solid.
you.
Way to
Thank
bring
you.
that right back around.
Thank you. I try. I try.
Okay. So, so I mean, I guess to fucking wrap this whole little thing up, I'll give a recommendation of what I've been listening to this week. Let's see, what have I been listening to this week? I've been listening to a lot of Rez, but that's mostly because I've been getting fucking super stoned and just vibing out. But if you haven't listened to Meet Me at the Altar, I highly recommend you fucking check them out. Meet Me at the Altar. They just released a song called Feel a Thing. They are signed to Fueled by Ramen. Absolutely check that out.
We love Fueled by Ramen.
We love Fueled by Ramen. So I'm gonna post these in chat as well. So I've been listening to that, and then the song we started today with came out last night. I've been vibing with it. That is Storyteller by Real Friends, and then I'm gonna drop one more without doing the same one I did last week because I'm still stuck on Gone Are the Good Days by Chunk No Captain Chunk. Ooh, we'll do At What Cost by In the Morning. So these three songs I've been vibing with super hard. In the Morning only has one song on Spotify. That's the one I just posted in chat. I think that's what I'll end today's show with as well. I think wrapping it up around 45 minutes for the first few episodes kind of nice.
No,
I kind of dig it.
this has been great. This has been nice.
We need to talk about music more. We need to talk more in general.
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
Okay. But thank you so much, Wulff, for coming on. Tell everyone one more time where we can find you.
You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Oh, and TikTok. I didn't talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
fucking TikTok. I forget I'm on TikTok all the time, but I even forget that I am on TikTok. Yeah, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. It's all the same thing. Wulff87, WULFF 87. No spaces or underscores or anything like that. Primarily, though, you can catch me here live on Twitch 4 to 5 times a week.
Woo! Thank
Because
you
I'm a
again for
slave
coming on.
to
This
the
has been an
PC
absolute
shooter.
fucking blast. I love the shit out of you.
Thank you. No, thank you for having me
Mwah.
and for thinking about me. Mwah. Love you.
I love you too. Okay. I will see all y'all motherfuckers tomorrow. I'll be on Planet Destiny. It'll be a fun fucking time. Oh, wait. Who the fuck are we going to raid? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Who's on?
Who's on?
Who is on? I don't even know. We could do Kraus Raider.
Bet.
Yeah, let's do him. Let's go drop our shid in his lap. Exclamation point shid. Nightbot doesn't have a sub anymore, but that's okay. Alright, beans. I'll see y'all fucking tomorrow. Mwah. We're gonna fucking finish this off with a fucking dope ass song. This is At What Cost by In the Morning.